All right, hey, one of the sutures that I wanted to show you is basically kind of a figure eight. You can do an internal figure eight or an external figure eight. We're going to use these two small holes on our suture board for that. This is going to be your punch biopsy, or if you are working for a surgeon that does arthroscopies, which are going to be knee and or shoulder, some ankle as well. So I have two incisions here on my board. Take a look at them here. They're just the circles, pretty well open gape. It's probably about a 4 to 6 millimeters here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the suture and place it at a 90 degree to the skin, and I'm basically going to come up through the middle, and then I'm going to go at a diagonal, okay? So our goal is to make it look like a figure eight. So I'm doing a diagonal here. This is also a suture that can be used in any form of, in any type of lesion if you feel like you need to have more surface area as well. So basically I'm gonna grab here, try and make it somewhat even on either side. I'm gonna go up above that other suture, okay? And then I'm gonna come out on the other side. So I've thrown another suture diagonal. So if you take a look straight on, let me loosen this a little bit. If you take a look straight on, you should see what is called an 8. It's bent, but it is technically an 8, and there's a little crisscross in the middle for you. All right. So what I like to do is, so that I'm not pulling too much tissue, is I'll usually put my needle driver down. I'll use my pickups or my Adson to then move the suture up, and then I'll close that loop there. But I want a smaller tail, so I'm just kind of milking it through without causing too much damage, hopefully, to the tissue. All right, and then the goal with this is that then, of course, I have my tail. We're still going to, in our suture, we're still going to use our surgeon's knot, and I'm basically going to wrap 1, 2, and I'm going to grab the tail, and then I will crisscross. And as I crisscross, you will see that that comes together quite nicely. Now I do 1 wrap, grab the tail, and crisscross. Okay, locking that knot. I go 1 loop, wrap around, grab the tail, and I'm going to go ahead and do 4. 4 seems to kind of be my magic number. Again, this is a 3-0, so really technically a 3 throws is all I need. This is basically a buried figure eight or an inverted figure eight, all right? So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna basically allow you to see a knot buried. And this is also something that you'll use in the deep fascia or the deep tissue, something that we use along the iliotibial band in surgery. So what I will do here is I'm going to actually grab into the wound underneath, and I'm going to come out the side. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull this one through a little bit tautly. Try not to crush the tissue as you just saw me do. And then I will do diagonal from there on top up across. Okay, now my goal is going to be that I'm placing the middle of the 8 on the outside of the skin. So I'm going to go across this time. I'm not going diagonal. Whoops. And the goal, of course, is to come out at the same level and the same area of skin as well. Anytime we want to bury the knot, we have to start on the inside. Whoops. Oh no, that twisted. That's not supposed to happen like that. And this is great. This is not great. All right. Okay. All right, so we're going to start all over. We're going to go back in through the skin. So from the inside of the wound through the skin, I'm going to go diagonal, switch my needle, diagonal up top, pull out, and so that I don't twist it, I just pulled enough that I can go back in, make sure that my suture is out of the way, and I'm going to go even with where I've entered. And you'll see that my diagonal is up top, and now I'm going to go diagonal from the top down to the bottom. Again, equal distance, and then I'm going to come out, put my needle underneath my suture here, come out like this. Now what you'll see is that I have a figure 8 on top. My tail is sticking out. We'll still use the same technique. My suture's here, my tail is over here. I'm going to wrap twice towards the tail. That's always the routine. 1, 2, grab my tail. And what you'll find then is that that will come together and the knot is buried. All right, so this is something that you can use with Vicryl, something that you're going to use for anything that will dissolve, any monocryl that will dissolve. Remember, my tail was coming out this side, so now I have my tail coming out to the bottom of this suture board. So now I'm going to wrap once, find my tail, crisscross. I've pulled everything together. One more time, and crisscross. Then what I want to do is I want to cut this tail pretty short. And the reason is because that is going to go down inside the wound, and you know, it's less matter that the body has to try and dissolve. So it's just basically like that. So these are great little suture opportunities or options. You have basically your figure 8. You have an inverted, which is where the knot is on the top of the skin, and you have a regular figure 8 in which the knot is buried. So most of the time if they say bury the knot, this is the routine that you want to have, or the suture that you want to have, suture that you want to have. All right, that's that, guys. This is something hopefully you'll get a chance to enjoy. Thank you for your time. I'll talk to you soon.